awe-inspiring and magical beyond belief, Henry Schaefer.
Thank you, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Very happy to be here this evening. We'll start off with something simple. I've got a $50 here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to flip the coin, put it on the back of my hand, and I'm going to poll the audience to see if it's heads or tails. Okay, here we go. Flip the coin, back of the hand. How many out there think it's heads? Yes. How many think it's tails? Tails. Looks like a tail to me. 1929, stock market crash. That is now the government made all the wrong decisions. 1931, my mom was 20 years old. She couldn't find a job. She ended up walking around picking up pieces of string, pieces of rope, and she would tie them together. And she would end up with nice pieces of rope all tied together. Well, she taught me that, and now today I do that. But I go one step further. When I get finished, I wrap the string around my hand. And when I get finished, I've got one long Many magicians spend hours learning about linking rings. Well, I figured out a way to link rope. You take a ordinary piece of rope, tie it into a loop, take a second piece of rope, tie it into a loop, take the first loop, place it right here, reach through, give it a yank. There, right before your very eyes, the ropes have linked together. 1949, 1950, I was a real young kid. I had a couple of brothers. I had my brother Albert, my brother Bernard, and my brother Charlie. And while my dad would be listening to the Cardinal games, Perry Carey would announce, Gabby Strait would do the color. While Dad was listening to the ball game, we would be playing down in the basement. After a while, he got kind of noisy. So Dad would come to the head of the stairs, and he'd lean down and he'd say, "Okay, guys, I want you to be quiet. You're disturbing my listening to the ball game." Well, we were real good kids. We were quiet for every bit of about 5 minutes. Dad would come back to the head of the stairs. He said, "I told you to be quiet." He said, "Now, it's upstairs with you, into bed." So he put my brother Charlie in the bed, put my brother Ben in the bed, put my brother Albert into the bed. He said, "Now I'm going to shut the door, and I'll call you tomorrow morning. You'll be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed." Well, it was about maybe 15 minutes later, Dad heard a bunch of noise. And he said, "Well, I know those kids are in bed." So he came up and he quickly, quietly opened the door, found my brother Charlie and my brother Albert. But he said that noise has got to be coming from somewhere. So he looked back down into the basement, and there was my brother Ben. Now I brought my 2 rabbits with me today. These rabbits are very, very fast. And we have a white rabbit that lives in the White House, and we have a black rabbit that lives in the Black House. Now, what happens is, very quickly, they will change places. So, on the count of 3, 1, 2, oh, by the way, the White House is white on both sides, and the Black House is black on both sides. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. And now, the black rabbit is in the White House, and the white rabbit is in the Black House. Now, I know so we'll do it again. Now, ask the rabbits to be a little slower this time. So, On the count of three. Now remember, rabbits, a little slower. Okay, on the count of three. 1, 2. Now you remember that the white house is white on both sides, and the black house is black on both sides. Go 1, 2, 3. And the black rabbit is now in the black house, and the white rabbit is now in the White House. Somebody out there said they know how to do it. They said you just spun the rabbits around. Well, oh, the other way. Somebody out there said they put them in a circle. What's that? You want to see what I see? Well, I see a red rabbit and I see a yellow rabbit. Okay, illusion, I'm going to need 3 people, 3 helpers. I asked 3 people before the show started. They would come up here, please. And your name is? Kyle. What? Kyle. Kyle, how you doing, Kyle? And your name? Jake. Jake, how you doing? And your name? Blake. Blake. You know, have you ever shaken hands with a magician? You are now. You can let go. Now, one thing you have to remember, if you shake hands with a magician, you have to count the fingers on your hand. How many fingers are on your hand? 5, no, 4. That was enough. Now, who's the strongest of the 3? You know, the economy's bad. So, you know, sometimes magicians got real good equipment. I just got 2 cans here, emptied them out, put them together with plastic tape. I want you to hold this, okay? Now, here we've got 2 pieces of rope. And I'm going to slide these 2 ropes through, like so. You grab those 2 ropes, please. You. Now, Anthony just tells me where the center of the rope is. You take those 2 ropes, okay? I'm going to get back here. Now, could you hand me one of those 2 ropes? You don't want to change your mind. Could you hand me a piece of rope? You want to change your mind. You're happy with the mind you have. So we're going to twist these 2 together like so. You take that one. You take that one. Pull them tight. Until I say pull tight. Okay? When I say pull tight, that means I've got the strong guy in the middle. But the possibility, when we get finished, the ropes are going to be out of the can, and the handkerchief is going to be off of the ropes. So that means one of you 2 guys might end up going through the 10 can. Okay, here we go. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. The ropes are out of the tin cans. The hanky is off the rope. I don't think either of you went through. Now, anyone that's interested in learning magic, just go down to the local public library. You can find all kinds of books. Very happy to have been able to perform for you today. I'm very happy that you have me as your